Hey there, gamers. Go to something a little different today. That's the Mad Dog McCree Gunslinger pack for the Nintendo Wii. Now, back in really from 1990 to around 94, 95, there was a company called American Laser Games that made a bunch of arcade light gun games, pretty much, that used full motion video completely. It was, live actors. Putting that lightly, you'll see some of the acting they do as we go on. But pretty much afterwards, around 95, 96, the company became Her Interactive, did a bunch of games for girls, but they still had the rights to the old titles. Let me raise the volume a little bit. There we go. And then Digital Leisure, another company, picked up the rights to the American Laser Games lineup. And, they've been releasing them on PC, on DVD, Blu-ray. So now this is the first time they've ever done it on a console. So we got Mad Dog McCree 1, Mad Dog 2 The Lost Gold, and The Last Bounty Hunter.
It's an ill wind that blows no good. Mad Dog.
I'll try to cover all three games quickly, so let's just get started on Mad Dog McCree. Let's do Deputy just so it's easy for me. They've also added in multiplayer, so you have single player, then you have two multiplayer modes, one of which is kind of like a co-op mode where up to 4 people can team up and try to accomplish the game, or the other one's kind of like you play on the same game, but it's all versus.
You're new around these parts. You heading into my daddy's town? He's the mayor.
Good for you.
Well, if you are, you better take up some target practice first. There's a mean bunch showed up, and I'm scared. Well, you best set your sights. I'll see you back in town.
So yeah, this is Mad Dog McCree, the original, pretty much, I think the first game American Laser Games ever made back in 1990. So really, back in 1990, to see this in an arcade, it'd be like when Dragon's Lair came out back in the mid-80s. It was like, blowing people's minds.
Mad Dog McCree's gang is taking over the town. The mayor and his daughter have been taken hostage out to Mad Dog's hideout. The sheriff, he's locked up in jail. We're going to have to get him out to help with the gang. Can you help? Good. One more important thing. Hey, go, Codger! Don't touch!
So yeah, pretty much, as I said, it's like a light gun game. You have the cursor. There's no calibration. You go off of the Wii sensor bar. It works.
Oh, that's good shooting, stranger.
Okay. Get into reload. You go off screen. Fire.
Jack. He's in the saloon drinking. Now go get him.
Alright. And yeah, all the gun sound effects, the reload, the firing comes out of the Wiimote and not out of the game itself. It's a nice little touch, so I'll do what he said, I'll go to the saloon. But yeah, pretty much I say light gun game, but this is not like House of the Dead, Virtua Cop, Time Crisis. If anything, I really don't see people comparing this actually, even though it's a proper comparison. This game is actually more like the old NES games, Hogan's Alley, and it's all like a mixture of Hogan's Alley and Wild Gunman, because you have your quick draw duels, and it's pretty much all about you get one chance, you have to shoot them. If you miss, you're pretty much dead. It's not like House of the Dead or Time Crisis where you can just keep firing, and as long as they haven't shot you, you're okay.
Looking at my keys, stranger?
Sure.
You wouldn't be trying to get the sheriff out of jail now, would you? Jocko! Show him what we did in trouble.
And it's about memorization. You gotta know who's gonna fire when. You there, and you up there. Anyway, Mad Dog McCree 1 is especially really tough. Like, there are certain areas where they randomize where exactly the enemies will come out of, and sometimes the spots they'll come out of are super small, so you gotta know exactly what spot to go for, but if it's randomized, it just becomes way too tough. I wish I could skip these cutscenes. If anything, then I probably might skip Mad Dog 2 and go straight to in fact, I'll show you right now one of the parts I have a problem with. Oh, here's a quick. Well, now I have quick draw, which is Quick draws are never easy. Mad Dog 1's the only one where they're kind of mandatory. I'll go with the bank. Show off a little bit of the randomization. Shoot him. You too. Again, the acting's really cheesy. It's really bad, but
There's more inside.
it works for this game, so I can't really complain. Yeah, see over here, there's all kinds of spots that'll appear, but it's going to be randomized every time you do this.
That was a good woman you
And you
shot.
can't shoot innocents, of course.
Population 60.
Well, either way, I'm going to end this.
Stranger, you think you're...
Mad Dog 2 is more the same. It's much easier, though.
That man is...
Pretty much one of the main ideas is that you're going to have a guide that's going to take you across the stage.
Stranger, you'll have to take
And pretty much each guide takes you to a different area of the game. I guess maybe like an easy, hard, easy, medium, hard mode in difficulty. The main problem, though, is that if you lose all your lives and then you continue, I mean, you're given infinite continues, which is nice, but if you have to continue, you're taken back to the guide choice. So if you're like near the end of one guide and you die, you have to go all the way back to choose your guide. You have to go choose your guide again, and it's just really annoying. So there's your 3 guides, but I'm going to go with the last bounty hunter. Anyway, yeah, Mad Dog 2 was made back in 1992. Between then, they made American Laser Games made other titles like Who Shot Johnny Rock, and Last Bounty Hunter was actually 1994, I believe. Yeah, 94. This collection came out just earlier this year. Really, kind of not exactly common though. But yeah, Last Bounty Hunter was back in 94. One of the last games that American Laser Games made. It's definitely the best of the 3 on this collection. But at this point, American Laser Games definitely got much better at making these games. Acting maybe improved just a little. At this point, though, I think they embraced the cheese factor. You. So, definitely, Last Bounty Hunter is the best one out of these 3. I've never played any of the American Laser Games titles in the arcades. Yeah, here's where they reference top scores. But honestly, I mean, they're cheesy. They're not, I'm not going to say I prefer them over House of the Dead. And I can see why a lot of people would hate them, but there's definitely a cheese factor to it. And as long as you know what you're getting to, you don't go into it expecting House of the Dead or Time Crisis or Virtual Cop, a traditional style like gun game. So here's where we go. I'm going to go with Handsome Harry. He's usually the easiest. But if you go in this expecting like Hogan's Alley or Wild Gunman, then you know what to expect. So yeah, Last Bounty Hunter also adds in a little bit of a replay value in that for each bounty, you can either get them either dead or alive. Damn. And again, this one also randomizes them, but they're generally easier to hit.
That time, Bounty Hunter, try again.
So yeah, this was released earlier this year, $20 by Majesco and Digital Leisure on the Nintendo Wii. I had a hard time finding this game though. I had to go to deepdiscount.com, which I haven't shopped online for a long time. I think just now it got added onto Amazon, like the marketplace. Pretty much Majesco and Digital Leisure knew that this game wouldn't be a big hit. It's only for certain people, so if you can find it and you know what you're getting into or you have some nostalgia, I would definitely check this game out. It's not bad. It's cheesy, and I'm dead. It's cheesy, but it's enjoyable.